During all of the press briefings with public safety and government officials through the shootings and then manhunt, Mainers saw a familiar face in ASL interpreter Regan Thibodeau. Thibodeau and her colleague Josh Seal were seen signing at all of the CDC briefings through the pandemic. She says Seal would have been helping her through these briefings now if he hadn't lost his life in the Lewiston shootings. With his loss, Maine now has just 4 ASL interpreters, and the need is great. We spoke with Thibodeau today, along with a hearing interpreter.
The community has so many needs as far as access, related to access. You know, we have interpreted throughout the pandemic, and we were not really considered as a valuable resource, you know, to support the community for public health, public safety, those kind of needs. You know, you asked the hearing and deaf community to do something, but the deaf community couldn't see the interpreter, and that was difficult. So deaf people, of course, were looking, you know, for the access. And before the pandemic, where there was no real, you know, protocol for the procedures, and unfortunately, because of COVID, people became just completely overwhelmed, and the world was, you know, on its feet. And you know, so recently what happened on Wednesday with the shooting, the interpreters were there for not only for reasons, it was just the huge impact of everyday language of ASL and the need. And it was such an emotional time, and they needed access in their primary language, in their native language. So that was a real tough thing. So proud of Maine at this point for providing the support and for listening and recognizing now using deaf interpreters, you know, spotlighting on this and recognizing, you know, us as being part of the situation, just making sure that our community is safe. That was really important for us.
A lot of people have asked about the facial expressions used while signing, and Thibodeau explained that's 80% of the language. Expressions help set tone of what's being said and help show punctuation like question marks or exclamation points, even quotation.